Welcome to Atlas Learn English. Have you ever opened your mouth to speak English, and then suddenly stopped? Not because you didn't know the words, but because something inside you said, "Don't speak, not yet, what if I get it wrong?" If that feeling is familiar to you, then this episode was made for you. This episode is suitable for all levels, from beginner to intermediate. If you are a beginner, listen once slowly, and focus on understanding the main ideas. If you are at an intermediate level, listen twice, once for meaning, and once to notice the language and the rhythm of how ideas are connected. Today's topic is something many learners carry with them every single day. The fear of speaking English, and how to build real confidence, one small step at a time. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's begin. Fear is a big word, but it is also a true word. Many learners don't just feel a little nervous. They feel scared. They feel shy. Sometimes they feel completely stuck, like something inside them is saying, "Don't speak, don't try." Have you ever felt like that? It is okay. You are not alone. So why does this happen? Why is it sometimes so hard to open your mouth and speak? Let's look at some of the most common reasons, and perhaps you will recognize yourself in some of them. The first reason is the fear of making mistakes. You think, what if I say the wrong word? What if my grammar is not correct? What if people don't understand me? These thoughts make you feel small, and so you choose silence instead. Another very common fear is the fear of sounding strange, or different, or too simple. You feel a little embarrassed. You imagine people are judging you, and so you hold back. And then there is the accent. You speak, and you hear your own voice, and you think, this is not how native speakers sound. Maybe my accent is wrong. But here is something important to hold on to. Your accent is not wrong. It is part of who you are. It shows where you come from. It tells your story. Your accent is something to carry with pride, not shame. Now, all of these feelings, all of these thoughts, they are completely normal. They are deeply human. Every English learner experiences them at some point. But here is the truth that changes everything. These are just thoughts. They are not facts. Just because you feel afraid does not mean you cannot speak. You can speak, even when your English is not perfect. You can speak, even when your hands are trembling a little. Let's go a little deeper now, because fear is not really about English. It is not about grammar. It is not about how many words you know. Fear is about confidence, which means how much you believe in yourself, how safe you feel when you open your mouth. Sometimes there is a small quiet voice in your head that says, "Be careful, stay silent, you might say it wrong." That voice is fear. But you do not have to obey it. You can speak anyway. And here is the most important idea in today's episode. Confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you build. You build it by trying, by speaking, by doing it again and again, even when it feels uncomfortable. Think of confidence like a muscle. If you use a muscle every day, it grows stronger. If you never use it, it stays weak. So every time you speak even one small sentence in English, you are training that muscle. Every single time, it gets a little stronger. Here is something that might surprise you. Fear is not always your enemy. Fear is actually a signal. It means you are doing something new. It means you are learning. It means you are growing. If you never feel a little afraid, it might mean you are staying in your comfort zone, the place where everything is easy and familiar. But learning happens just outside that zone. It happens in the place where you feel unsure, where you feel a little nervous, but you try anyway. That is your learning zone. That is where the real growth is. So the next time fear shows up, don't stop. Don't turn back. Say to yourself quietly, "This is just a feeling. I can still speak. I am learning, and I am getting stronger." Now let's talk about how to actually build confidence, not in a vague or abstract way, but with clear, practical steps that work even when you feel nervous or shy. The first strategy is to start small, but stay consistent. You don't need to do big, dramatic things. Small actions, done often, are far more powerful. Speaking for just 1 minute a day, thinking in English for 30 seconds, saying a sentence quietly to yourself before bed. These things feel small, but they build a routine. And routines make English feel less frightening. The more you speak or think in English, even just a little, the more normal it starts to feel. Like brushing your teeth, you stop overthinking it. You just do it. That is how confidence begins, by making English a part of your everyday life. The second strategy is to make peace with mistakes. One of the biggest reasons people stay silent is that they are afraid of getting something wrong. But mistakes are not failures. They are steps forward. Think of a child learning to walk. They fall many times, but they get up every single time. Speaking English is the same. You will make mistakes, and that is a good sign. It means you are trying. It means you are moving. Each mistake teaches you something new, and you remember it better the next time. The third strategy is this. Don't wait to feel ready. Create the confidence yourself. Many learners say, I will speak when I feel confident enough. But this is a trap, because confidence does not come before speaking. It comes after. You feel more confident because you spoke, because you tried, because you said something, even if it was just a few words. Confidence is built sentence by sentence, the way a house is built brick by brick. You don't wait for the house to appear. You build it. And the final strategy, perhaps the most powerful of all, is to be kind to yourself. If you feel nervous, that is okay. If you forget a word, that is okay. If someone asks you to repeat yourself, that is okay too. Do not speak to yourself harshly. Instead, say quietly, I am learning. I am trying. I am getting better every day. Self-kindness is the fuel that keeps confidence alive. Without it, even good progress can feel invisible. Now let's look at the things that quietly destroy confidence. These are habits and patterns that make you feel small, that make you want to stay silent, that slow your progress without you even realizing it. The good news is that once you can see them clearly, you can overcome them. The first confidence killer is comparing yourself to others. You hear someone speaking English fluently, and immediately you think, their English is so much better than mine. I will never reach that level. But comparison like this is dangerous, because you are measuring your beginning against someone else's middle or end. You don't know how long they have been studying. You don't know what they have been through. Your path is your own. So instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to who you were last month. Can you say more now? Do you understand more? Are you still trying even when it is hard? If the answer is yes, you are growing. And that is everything. The second confidence killer is negative self-talk. This is the inner voice that says, that was wrong, you sounded strange, you can't do this. But here is the truth. That voice lies. Everyone has it, even confident people, even native speakers. The problem is not the voice itself. The problem is believing it. So the next time it speaks, answer it the way you would answer a friend who needed encouragement. Say, it's okay to make mistakes. I'm learning every day. I'm doing my best. The more gently you speak to yourself, the stronger your confidence becomes. The third confidence killer is only speaking in safe, controlled situations, and never taking any risk outside them. Many learners only speak English in a class, or only when they feel completely prepared. But real conversations don't wait for perfect conditions. If you always stay in shallow water, you never learn how to swim. The solution is not to jump into the deep end all at once. It is to take one small risk every day. Say hello or thank you in English when you are out. Ask a simple question in an online learning group. Send a short voice message to someone who is also practicing. You don't need to speak to a crowd. You just need to take one step outside your comfort zone, and then another, and then another. Confidence is not loud. It is not fast. It is not perfect. Confidence is quiet, and steady, and kind. It is built in small moments, protected from comparison and doubt, and grown through courage, even on the days when courage feels hard to find. You are building something real. Be proud of every step, no matter how small. Your task after this episode is to record yourself speaking for 1 minute in English. Talk about anything. Your day, your city, a feeling, a memory. Do not edit it. Do not stop and restart. Just speak for 1 full minute, then listen back. Notice one thing you did well, just one. That is your starting point. This is Atlas Learn English. Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. Goodbye for now.